Good morning everyone, how are you today? It is Jane. It is a Sunday here in Australia. I hope wherever you are in the world that you're having a good weekend. I thought I would just share with you some more pens that I've added to this month's currently inked lineup. There are 13 in total, 3 of which have got bottled inks in them from my collection, and the remaining ones have all got samples that I have received recently from pen friends that I just wanted to try. Curiosity got the better of me and I couldn't wait till next month. So here we go. I've even done a little bit of stamping just to change things up and make it a bit more interesting for you all. So let's get into it. The first one we have here is this beautiful Just Turnings Matte Rainbow. The material is actually called Oil Slick, but I call it my Matte Rainbow pen. And I actually put the wonderful oblique nib that pen friend Tina gave me on this pen, and I actually inked it up with one of her ink samples that she sent me as well. So that's the first one we're going to write out. Really impressed with this nib. I really love the ink sample as well that she supplied me with. So this is the Just Turnings. If I fade in and out of the video too with my voice, it's because I'm looking down at the page. It's not anything to do with the audio as such. I just thought I'd share that because I know some people sort of say, oh, you know, the audio is bad. Well, it's because I'm facing a different way. So this is the Just Turnings, and it is I call it my Matte Rainbow. It has the oblique nib on it from pen friend Tina. Thank you, Tina. And it is inked with ink sample from her as well, and it's by the Wet Pen, and it is called Gas Works Park. So this ink is more like a sort of teal green, but then it has this beautiful sort of brown red sheen to it. I'd say it's more of a brown actually. It's very well lubricated, so really nice for your pens. The next one we have here, it's the Sailor 1911 Standard. It has a 14 karat broad nib on it. Really enjoying this one too. It's a lighter green than what I am normally used to, but enjoying it all the same. So this is the Sailor 1911 Standard. It's in the black and gold finish. Has a 14 karat broad nib, but as we all know, or if you don't know, Sailor nibs tend to run a lot finer than your Western nibs. So, and this one is inked with a sample as well by Sailor Shikiori. And this one, I don't even know if I'm going to attempt to try and say this one. Let me just write it first and then we'll attempt it. Waka Yugusu. Probably pronouncing that completely wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. Waka Yugusu by Sailor Shikiori. It's a lovely green ink. As you all know, I love my Sailor Shikiori Tokomatsu. So actually I'm just trying to think. Yes, so this one is from pen friend Priscilla. So she sent me a sample of that. It's a beautiful green ink. Now the next one we have here, now this has actually got my bottled ink in it, because it's just a beautiful pairing. But you know how people, well not people, but Sailor does all those two-tone pens and things, and I don't have any of those two-tone pens, but I'm like, why can't I mix it up a little bit and put the bottom or the pen body of my Sailor Pro Gear Slim Princess Kaguya along with the cap of the Dragon Palace and make it a two-tone pen. And then the other one's a two-tone pen too. So I thought it actually looks quite good together. They're from the same series, so why not? Mix it up, people. Make it work for you. So now I've used this ink in this pen a number of times and just really like it. It's a beautiful pairing. I tend to use this one a lot for journaling in my Hobonichi, just because of the small grid that you have to work with on that. So this is a Sailor. It's the Pro Gear Slim. It has a 14 karat medium fine nib, and it is inked with Sailor Ink Studio, and it's number 931. It's a very rich sort of berry coloured ink. Really love it. Now the next one we have here is the Leonardo Momenta Zero Grande in Planetary Nebula with a medium nib, and I've put an example in this from pen friend Priscilla. This is her own mix that she has made, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. So it's like an olive, yellowy olive green colour. So this is the Leonardo. It is the Momento Zero Grande 2.0 in the finish of Planetary Nebula. It has a medium nib and it is inked with Priscilla's mix, which is Birmingham Pen Company. And it's just called Olive Sparkle. It's just lovely. It's just got a hint of that shimmer through it, which is very nice. Now the next one we have here is the Sailor Diamond Mini. It's also got a shimmer ink in it. This one has a 1.1 stub nib. It's got another sample in it from Priscilla. So I'll just get I'm just rolling the pen in my hands to get some of that shimmer working, or sorry, moving. So this little stub nib, it writes, but it has a bit of feedback to it, so I might have to do some smoothing on it eventually. So this is a TWSBI Diamond Mini. It is in the white rose gold finish. Has a 1.1 stub nib on it, and it is inked with a gorgeous sample. Really loving this one. It's by Monarca and it's called Ray Jaguar. So it's a beautiful gold coloured ink. Now the next one we have here is the Lamy LX in Marron. It has a medium nib on it. It is also inked with a sample from pen friend Priscilla, and also pen friend Tina sent me this sample, and I really enjoy this color. It's not like a in-your-face red, but it's sort of like a more muted, reddy sort of terracotta color. Very nice. So this is the Lamy LX in Marron with a medium nib, and it is inked with Laban Aphrodite. Now this is my first time, or my first experience with Laban inks, and I'm very impressed. So because I received a sample of this from pen friend Priscilla and then one from pen friend Tina, I was thinking of gifting one of the samples away, but I really like the ink, so I may keep both for myself. I'm not sure yet, but really love it. So that's the next one. Now this one is this was actually my first bespoke pen I ever got. So this is from River City Pen Company, and from, I think his name is Richard or Rick. So this has got a medium nib on it. I've put a shimmer ink in this one. This is another very nice ink. This is River City Pen Company. And this blank didn't have a name, so I've decided to call it Enchanted Forest. It has a medium nib on it, and it is inked with a sample from Pen Friend Darla, inked with Diamine Masquerade. So it's like a dusty rose color with gold shimmer, which is very pretty. Now the next one, this is a Just Turnings pen. It is the Mimus range that Stephen and Michelle make. I decided to call it my Summer Popsicle. Pen friend Tanja actually suggested this name to me, and it is so fitting for this pen. But I've had this Esterbrook SD or Esterbrook nib, which is a 1.1 stub, for quite a while, and I thought, why don't I try it on this pen? Because it was just sitting there, like it wasn't on a pen, so I thought I'm going to try it with this and a shimmer ink. Actually, I need to sort of roll the pen a little bit to get that shimmer working, but it's performing very well, and I really like the Esterbrook stub nib. So I'm glad that I decided to sort of change things up a bit. Now this is a brilliant green. Just making sure I'm still in frame. Oh yeah. Okay, so this is the Just Turnings. And it's the Mimus range. Summer Popsicle. It has a 1.1 stub nib by Esterbrook, and it is inked with a sample of Robert Oster Fizzy Lime. Now this is a sample that I've had for quite a while from pen friend Tanja, so it was nice to put it to use as well. Now this next pen we've actually got is from my Penefactor, so thank you very much to my Penefactor. I've actually got 3 of his pens in the lineup at the moment. So this is a Noodler's Conrad pen, I believe. I've put a shimmer ink in here. It's a flex nib, but it's a steel flex nib, and it is not very flexy at all. So every time I've tried to flex it, it's almost sort of torn through my page. So I've given up flexing. However, the ink is still flowing well in it and writing. This is another sample. This one wasn't a gift from anyone in particular, but it's one I bought myself, and I've really fallen in love with the ink. So this is the Noodler's Conrad. I'm just calling it blue and white, or white and blue pen, because I have no idea what the actual resin is named. It's a flex nib, and it is inked with Troublemaker Butterfly Dreams. So this one is a green ink with a blue shimmer. It's very pretty. Now the next one we have here in the lineup is also one from the Penefactor. It is the Monteverde Strata in turquoise with a fine nib. And this is an ink sample from pen friend Tanja from a while back. I've used it before too, so Monteverde. It's the Strata pen in turquoise and has such a smooth nib, like really lovely to write with. And it is inked with Kobe number 26 ink, and it's called Watamasaka Blue, and just matches this pen beautifully. Like, look, perfect match, don't you think? Now this is my first TWSBI Classic pen. I've tried the TWSBI Ecos, the Diamond 580s, Diamond Minis, their TWSBI Go pens, I think they're called, and the TWSBI Swipes, I believe they're called, but I've never tried a TWSBI Classic pen. And this is also from my Penefactor, and I'm very impressed with the way it writes. So this is the TWSBI Classic in Sapphire. It has a fine nib and it is inked with, now is it Tassia or Tanja? Tanja Ruri. I say Tassia, but I'm pretty sure everyone else says Tanja. Comment below what you think it is. Where's pen friend Lau? Lau usually corrects me on these things and explains it to me. Hopefully he watches this and points me in the right direction with my pronunciation. So next one we have here, this is actually a gift from pen friend Ray. So he bought 3 of these pens and he gave me one of them, and it's such a nice little writer. I believe it's a student pen. It's called a Pelican Go. It's got a steel nib, it's a medium. It's such a fun little pen to write with. So Pelican Go with a medium nib, and is inked with my only bottle I have of Pelican ink. Pelican, Elstein, Jade. It's a perfect match for it as well. So that's going strong, and I'm just trying to think, can I fit one more on? Oh, maybe not there, maybe up the side. Might have to do that. So this is the new TWSBI Eco in Irish Green and Onyx. I could not let this one go, mainly because green is like my favorite color, and yeah, I just had to have it. So I actually bought a new bottle of ink for this one too, and it's called Diamine Salamander. So it's a really, really wet writer. We're going to turn the book around. Okay. So TWSBI Eco, and it's in the Irish Green and Onyx finish. It has a medium nib and is inked with Diamine Salamander. There we go, we got them all on the page. How's that? So they're the new ones we've added to the lineup for this month. I think all up I have, including my TWSBI Eco Rainbows, I think I've got 42 pens inked up. So, but some of those are almost finished and written dry. Actually, a good portion of them. So this will kind of carry me through until next month, I imagine. But I'll still do a currently inked for October because I can't help myself. I love having that variety of different nib sizes to write with, and it kind of means I just pick a pen for the day that I feel like writing with or journaling with. I love having a variety of colour to write with, especially for letter writing, which I do a lot of. So yeah, so there you have it. That's what we've got. Thank you so much to everyone who has watched today. I really appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up or put a comment below, and let me know whether you love having a lot of pens inked up or whether that just completely and utterly overwhelms you, because I know it does for some people. You know, some people can only have like 4 or 5 pens inked up and that's what they write with for the month. Otherwise they find it just too overwhelming. What I find with me is, because I like that variety, it's also about, so sometimes you get that urge to buy something, just to get that quick sort of dopamine hit kind of thing, and you buy something to give you that thrill and that excitement. What I have learned over time to reduce that is I go and ink up a new pen with a different ink combination that I haven't, or yeah, a different ink pairing that I've never used before, and try that out. So it's almost like you're getting this sense of new, but it's not really new, if that makes sense. Anyway, I hope I'm jibber jabbering now. I will go. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you back here next time. Bye.